Hello and welcome back to MMMcast or Cast. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to be doing about 2 hours or so of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition homebrew campaign, not Rime of the Frost Maiden. I don't know if we want to shout out our patrons now like we were talking about before.
Shout outs to our Mighty Misfits, Dave, David Lugo, and Sparky.
Thank you guys so much for keeping us afloat, which is amazing. So let's jump into the campaign here. Who wants to rehash what happened to us last round? Coulter.
I broke it, so I'll talk about it. We figured out that we were going to be setting out for a Shar the next morning based on having talked to our contacts within the city. I believe we talked very briefly with Penny and Wumford. And then, just Wumford. And Gimbal continued to stay at the Steelcry Guild to do research while the others set off to spar at a local.
The training grounds that are on.
Training grounds, thank you.
Yep.
With all of that, after a very, very intense battle where the sides were stalemated multiple times, Gimbal showed up, kind of broke up the party in a very angry and dramatic way, causing a split in the group. We had Rook, who decided to leave the party after that display. The rest of the travelers deciding to stay on the course that they had set upon to begin with. And when we ended, Rook was meeting with his father to try and set up his new estate and life as a noble within Ozryn.
And from there, we will come to Steelcry and those who wish to stay behind with Gimbal and continue your travels. The sun is up. What is everyone doing?
I just have one small point of contention in the fact that Dream and Rook were definitely going to win that training bout. That's all I want to say.
Only because Kime flew away, I feel like. So
I don't know.
2v1.
Rook still had a lot of hit points left.
Anyways, so Steelcry in the morning, sun is risen. What will you all do?
So this is the morning following the spread.
So
can I say? Go ahead.
Immediately after you leaving the Greaves Estates, coming back to Steelcry around 10 o'clock or so. This is the morning immediately after.
Okay. Can I also say that I cast 2 specific spells into my ring?
Sure.
Last night. I just want to have said that I did that.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Gimbal, I am assuming you're the first one up. What are you doing this fine morning?
I am making the preparations to leave to Ashar. We don't have a lot of time, and we have to have a discussion as quickly as possible with them, as well as deliver the letters that I've been tasked with.
Okay. In your room on the kind of main common area of Steelcry, where are you doing this?
I would say I packed in my room the night before. Presently I would just be going down and rechecking all of my notes to make sure that I have everything that I need with me and ready. Going through the paper to see if there's anything that I missed this morning as far as news in Ozryn that could change our travels. Checking my mail to hope that
as your
messages might come.
Okay. As you're in the common area of Steelcry here, same table, stage right, towards the back. You have like a perfect line of sight to the stairs coming down as well as the door. Bags packed, ready to go. You have your list in front of you. Check everything off. You see check marks, 3, 4 different rows of check marks, double, triple, quadruple checking, making sure everything is correct and prepared.
Exactly.
It's getting to be later morning, later than you would hope because you really planned on leaving kind of at dawn. And we still don't have Dream, Theo, or Kime down.
If it's late morning and nobody's there, I'm going to go back upstairs.
Okay.
I'll
Dream,
start.
what are you doing since you don't sleep and you rest through the night? What are you doing?
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I guess I greet him at the door.
Okay.
Oh, good, you're up. Can we get? We're late. We're a little bit late.
I'm ready.
Okay. Do you know where the others are?
No.
All right. Okay. I'll go to their doors and knock.
Yep. Kime? You're muted, Kime.
As I was saying, I opened my door. I'm packed and ready to go, and sorry, I was just kind of waiting it out to see what the plan was. Let's chow.
Yeah, downstairs, everything's put together. We're just going to head directly for the teleportation circle. Just a moment. I can go knock on Theo's door.
Yeah.
I open the door, all packed and ready to go.
Excellent. All right. Okay. All right. Yep. We're ready. We are all. Everything's as it should be. I'll go.
Do you think we should get Rook?
I don't think that's an option. I think that was something that I had to scratch off the list. That was an option that removed itself.
Okay.
Am I near for that conversation?
Yeah, you guys are in the same exact area.
We're
kind
all
of
downstairs. We're upstairs.
Upstairs, making your way down.
Okay. Wouldn't it? Despite how Rook feels about me, I think he is important to us, and I know Gimbal, you and shouldn't we at least try? Okay, no, okay, no, never mind. We're late. You said we're late.
I am. I'm sorry. It's a little warm. I'm not opposed to. I'm not opposed to trying. I don't believe that he will wish to speak with me. If that is something that any of the rest of you would like to talk to him about, you are more than welcome to. I think that he would definitely be a welcome member of the party and very useful for what we are going to be doing going forward, which we still need to talk about a little bit. I think that is something that I am not equipped to. Every tool has its place, and this is not mine.
Gimbal, if I may, one thing I did learn back at the Hollow is if I upset an elder from my tribe, I must go make it right with the elder. I don't ask an Earth Ganassi to then come into my. Okay, we're late. We should get to the teleportation circle.
Kime, have you been abandoned by a lover before?
A whole village's worth. It's not important.
All right. So if none of you would like to be the ones to do that, then I think that we have to depart with what we have available.
Can you really do this mission without saying goodbye or fixing things? Truly? If you leave today and never come back, will you regret it?
Very much so.
Then
Are we ready?
I guess we are. Dream, want to help us out?
Yes, we are ready. We should go to Rook.
All right. I will be moving towards the teleportation circle within 2 hours. And if you are not back at the time, you'll have to meet me there. I just am really worried about taking longer than is necessary. Once we're out of Ozryn, we can have some further discussions about that. So I will see you at the teleportation circle in the next 2 hours, or I will see you at Ashar. Either way, please, safe travels.
As with you.
Gimbal, as you're walking away, a lot of things weighing heavily on your mind. The interaction you last had with Rook, what your master told you about this kind of impending danger that he's frightened of. You've never seen Momford be frightened of anything before. You make the solemn walk towards the teleportation circle.
Okay. I will, with Philip, kind of gather all of my bags and boxes and just sit on top of them, waiting aside from the line for my party to join me.
Anyone else following Gimbal? Or are you all going to speak with Rook?
I think Kime is probably going to follow Gimbal.
Okay.
yeah, we'll go with Dream. She said she needs help.
Okay. So as you two stay there, Gimbal opening his booklet again and making some more check marks, doing more checks, more rechecking, triple checking. Kime just kind of awkwardly sitting there, not really knowing how to handle this weird situation, this conflict that's going on. Dream and Theo, you make your way down Ozryn, towards the nicer part of the city, where kind of the previous royalty lives, the affluent in the city, rich merchants, and the direction where Greaves Manor is.
So I lead Theo to Greaves Manor,
Mm-hmm.
and I tell him that this is where this is where Rook's family lives. Go ahead.
Large house.
Yes, he's very modest about it. Anyway, I am going to put myself in grave danger, and so I want you to wait 15 minutes and then go in there and tell Rook. I know. Sorry, as a real quick out of character, Mark, do I know the address of that person that I'm going to go see? Do I know where they are?
You don't know exactly where they are, but you have a good idea if this time of day, during like the middle of the week, if you go directly to Parliament, you could probably find them.
Okay. So then I say, so I want you to wait 30 minutes and tell Rook that I've gone to Parliament to see Jarek.
Does who?
He'll know who he is. He's a very important, very dangerous person.
He's Jarek?
I think he's behind why Rook is acting this way. And I'm going to put a stop to it.
Okay, well... Are you sure this is the only way to do this?
Do you have a better idea?
No. And I will take my hand and gently place it on Dream's forehead, and I'm casting Death Ward.
Oh.
How long does that last?
8 hours.
Is it a concentration?
No, sir.
Perfect.
Okay, I had to parse
Maybe not tell Gimbal I use magic before time. Our little secret.
Okay. Why don't you want him to know you can use magic?
Well, last time we... the whole reason he's upset is we used our resources for training and not for his mission.
Yes, he seems very anxious to get to Ashar.
Yes.
I don't think he will like what is about to happen very much, but I think it's for the best.
You're strange people. Okay, well, good luck. Please don't die.
Sorry, go ahead.
And then I probably write a quick note and give it to Sunflower and have her take it to Kime with the same information.
Okay. As you write the letter and send Sunflower off, Theo, you watch her walk away, determined, knowing exactly where she's going. You're standing in front of the Greaves Manor awkwardly. Don't know kind of what your hands are supposed to be doing or like what arms do when you're being nonchalant, waiting your 30 minutes. Dream, you head further into this kind of financial district of Ozryn. You pass the nice manors, the huge kind of austere houses and gardens and gates, getting to more kind of just thick cobblestones and stone buildings themselves with just pointed piers at the top. You've never really been here before, but you kind of, having grown up most of your life here, you know the governmental district or the financial district here. You know exactly which building to go to. On the corner of two streets, you see this large stone and glass building jetting out from two corners, intersecting at the very edge with a large door inscription over the top, with four large stone figures standing on top of the building itself, all clad in robes, with what looks like it kind of looks similar to Theo's spiritual weapon. They're scales of some kind of judge or jury.
So I'm looking for the Jarek.
Okay, so as you enter in, you see kind of bustling people running about everywhere, most with like books and quills, kind of writing out as dictating people as they walk by. You do see in front of you a center desk area where 3 to 4 clerks are, you can see, are checking people in and kind of doing their daily work.
Would I approach them, or can I just kind of be like on the lookout for him? I'm going to kind of be staking this area out.
You've never really seen him, so you wouldn't be able to catch him or see him from just kind of the people that are around. You know that he is a chancellor of the 4 chancellors of Ozryn. He's kind of higher up on the list. He has a little bit more power than the other chancellors, from what you've heard Rook tell you. You get the feeling he's probably not in this center area. He's probably taking care of other business that's a bit more important. But you can track him down probably if you ask around, or maybe even ask anyone who's at this desk to see what his day is like, or see if you can get an audience with him.
Okay, so I would approach them.
Yes, can I help you?
I'm looking for Chancellor Jarek.
Regarding?
A personal matter.
The Chancellor is very busy, so I don't think he can make time for you today. Would you like to schedule some time Schedule later next month.
No, thank you. Do you know where I can find him now?
Does he know you're coming?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm not really in the business of telling you where one of the most powerful men in Ozryn is. Perhaps he knows you. Should I tell him who you are and why you've come, maybe? Is this a meeting that he would want?
I don't think so. I would like to challenge him to a duel. Do you think he welcomes that kind of attention?
They kind of look at each other and they kind of stifle laughs. Well, that's not really proper for someone as yourself, as she kind of looks you up and down, to challenge, again, one of the most powerful men in the country.
Can I do an intimidate check?
You can.
I would say maybe just my eyes start turning black and maybe I'm humming like a weird lullaby under my breath. Oh no, 14.
That's not enough for these kind of bureaucrats to let you through. He kind of chuckles a little bit more. If there's anything official you'd like to talk to him about, I think that is the end of our business here.
Okay, I leave. And I guess I go back to Theo.
Okay. And I mean, you could probably
Shishrick's name.
There's a few ways to get through. You could probably also find his office. They are watching you a bit now, just because you're threatening one of the chancellors.
Okay, so you said this building is glass?
Yeah, on the outside, it's kind of large, thick stone columns sandwiched between stained glass.
And are there the etching that you said that was around the entrance? Is that like an anti-magic kind of thing? Would I can roll to determine if I know what that is?
Make an Arcana, yeah.
Oh my god, this is gonna be 9 + 7 is 16.
16. Not anything outwardly magical about it. It looks relatively fresh. You can see that the statues themselves have just wear of age on them. You see the patina of being out for many, many years. There's a crispness to this stone that is carved into above the doorway, and it reads, "One Ozryn."
Okay. Okay, so they're watching me. So if maybe I go...
So they're watching you, but you get the feeling that it's more of look at this lady. It's not they don't take your threat seriously. So you can see that the person at the desk is kind of chattering with his compatriots and just kind of making fun or poking fun at you wanting to challenge the chancellor. So it's not like they're going to stick security on you. They just don't take you seriously at all.
Okay. And then are there any shadows in this lobby? Probably not, right? I
mean, yeah, there would be.
Okay. So if I kind of go over to one of the shadows, I can become darkness and kind of blend in and become invisible. Okay.
100%. Yeah.
All right. I will do that. And then I will wait for, I guess, an opportunity to sneak by this vanguard and get to the offices beyond. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's an open building, so there's nothing restricting you from going beyond this front desk. But as you kind of get in the building itself is multiple stories. So when the front entrance and the first story itself, you can see boardrooms, you can see judges' chambers, stuff like that, regular court business. As you stealth around, go make a stealth with advantage for me. As you're stealthing around, as you get to higher and higher floors, you see the security itself more prevalent. So you get the feeling that these were in the employees or the people of import stay.
Okay, so I did get a nat 20, and
Perfect.
that's going to be 22 stealth.
No problem at all. You're able to purse out where the guards are in their line of sight, and you're able to, whether it's sneaking through shadows or aligning your footsteps in the hall with the footsteps of larger groups going by, you are able to sneak through unbeknownst to anyone looking for you.
Okay, so I'm looking for his office. Are they labeled at all?
Make an investigation check for me.
8.
You're on the second floor now. You're looking through just kind of the nameplates, and you don't see Jarek pop up at all. You do see different names, kind of varying races that you can tell on the offices, but you don't see his name at all.
Okay. Is there anybody around? There's just those guards that I passed, but nobody's like walking the halls.
There's still a few people, not as many as the first floor, but there's still a few people walking around in smaller groups, having conversations as they walk.
So I just can I hear anything from these conversations?
Make a perception.
Oh my God. I need to get out. It's 12.
12. You hear conversations you don't really understand, some about bills being passed, some about bringing kind of bills or lobbying for different things. You do pick up the word Jarek from kind of across the room. As you get closer to them, they're kind of speaking on how to convince the chancellors of a specific bill. You don't really know what the bill is, but they're speaking about all the different chancellors in general. And then his name is brought up a few times.
Okay. I think I should head back.
And there's 4 floors to this, and you're on the second.
Oh, well, okay. I would check all the floors. Sorry.
Okay, make another investigation.
Oh, God.
1 for third, 1 for fourth.
Okay, so fourth gets 8 fourth gets 8 and then third gets 14.
14. With the 14, you're able to purse out that the higher you go, the more important the people are. So you get the feeling that probably on the 4th floor is where you'd find a chancellor's office. As you get close to the 4th floor, there are 4 guards guarding the entrance, guarding the stairway up. You're able to slip past with your 22, but in this floor, there are really nobody outside of offices. It's very quiet. You can kind of looking through, you can see 2 guards posted at each doorway, and nobody roaming the halls.
Okay. Can we just take a break from me? I just got to think about this for a second.
So from there, we'll say that Sunflower, about 15 minutes later, from when you left Greaves Manor, Sunflower comes up and lands on your shoulder, Kaim, holding a letter.
Oh, hello, Sunflower. And I kind of just pull the note out and I read it.
Mm-hmm. It says that, do you want to read what it says?
I would read it silently to myself.
Okay, so it essentially says that I'm going to put myself in danger. Please tell Gimbal that I'm going to find Jarek Ashbridge.
And I kind of just fold it and put it to the side. Actually, I fold it and I hold it in my hand, and I like to use my produce flame cantrip.
Okay. And you burn it.
And then as I'm playing with the flame, hey, Gimbal.
Yes.
Does the name Jarek Ash something sound familiar? Is that someone you would know?
Jarek Ashbridge, yes.
That's the one. I had heard about him. Who is that?
He's one of the chancellors of the city. He is, Rook's arch nemesis. He murdered Rook's husband in cold blood, basically. He's a beast of a man, truly the scourge of the earth. And unfortunately untouchable because of his position.
What's his position? What's there a chance for?
Well, we have 4 chancellors that are all kind of equal parts governors of the city. Each of them have power over certain quadrants, districts, as well as organizations. So you have people that run, the waste and water management, roads, banks, commerce, things along those lines. Jarek, I would say, of the 4 of them, is the most powerful, if not second most powerful, between family connections and wheeling and dealing.
See, this makes more sense than your gold rocks.
Why?
I'll be no particular reason.
Roll a deception for me, buddy.
Knew that was coming. I don't think I have deception. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Okay. Insight?
Yeah.
Or
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead. Yeah.
15.
No. What were you gonna say, Kaim?
No reason. I thought I saw his name somewhere, and I was wondering what a chancellor was.
Chancellor.
I'm chancellor.
I don't think this is his district, but it's not impossible that his name would be around here. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd gotten into the money around teleportation circles, being the stake that he is.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna go for a stroll real fast. How much time would we have at this point, Mark?
You don't know. So you don't know how long it took for Sunflower to get to you, and you don't know about the 30-minute limit that that Dream gave Theo. And I do want to remind everybody that you all have insight or inspiration.
I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll that insight.
Okay.
Nope. Okay. Nope.
Okay. All right, Kaim, what are you doing, buddy?
Gimbal, I'm sorry, my mind wandered if you couldn't tell. How much longer do Theo and Dream have? I think I'm gonna go find them and see what's going on.
I would say at this point, if we starting with 2 hours, roughly an hour left.
An hour? Okay. So then 30 minutes. Okay, I'll be back, Gimbal.
Okay.
One last question. Where can I? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I would feel more comfortable if you took Philip with you. I think this is. I mean, we're here. We're ready to depart. If you're leaving, I mean, I would like to know at least where one member of the party is.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take Philip. Where can I find the Chancellor's office? Is it an office?
No, it's in the city center. I'm sorry. Okay. Do you want me to show you where it is? I can give you a map.
No. You don't have to show me, but a map would be great.
I will pull up minor illusion to create a layout of the city, and show him on that So this is where the chancellors are located. It's also where the courts are. Many people call it a town hall. It's the capital of Ozryn. All of the services are located in a central location. So if you head towards the center of the hub, there'll all be there, if that makes sense.
Now this is all starting to make more sense. Okay, I'm learning so much.
Racial ability to add a second illusion to give him a little like arrow that would guide from where we are to there. Jesus.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. And then I'm just gonna run.
Okay.
Gonna bring him.
As he asks you where to find Chancellor Jarek, and you show him, he takes off in a sprint towards where you told him to go.
My previous insight telling me that this means nothing. Right?
This is weird. This is really weird. You don't know why he was asking about it, and you don't know why he's starting to run in the opposite direction of where you think like Dream and Theo would be, even though he said that he's going to find Theo and Dream. Philip is following him.
Yeah. I am going to start walking in that direction slowly every few seconds, checking with Philip to see what he's doing.
Okay.
But I'm afraid to get too far from our bags right now.
Yep. Are you going straight to the center of the city?
Yeah, I'm going to do my absolute best to follow the map.
Okay. Yeah, as you get closer and closer, Gimbal, you check in. A few minutes pass, you check in. He's on the same route. A few minutes pass, you check in. He is following the route exactly like you laid it out on your minor illusion. He is going to the center of the city, to the Parliament building.
I'm going to cast Fly on myself and go and try to meet him at the Parliament building to see what the F he's up to, because that's weird.
As you cast Fly, leaving your bags there, you take up to the air and flying in the direction, going to easily beat Kime on foot. Theo, 30 minutes has passed. You're outside of the large, if not too well taken care of, gates of the Greaves estate. What are you doing?
Do I want to be intimidating or not intimidating?
It's up to you, buddy.
Oof. Okay, I'm going to use... Theo grumbles to himself, shakes his head, and then shrinks down to about 6 foot.
Okay.
So he's not 8 feet tall anymore, and looks like normal proportion human, basically.
You're making yourself shorter for him.
And then he will walk up to the front door and he will knock very loudly.
Oh, racket. Yes, what do you want?
Is Rook here, please?
The master of the house is in. Can I ask who's calling?
Theo.
This is highly irregular. Please stay outside. As he kind of closes the door. Yep.
Only point of contention is my house staff doesn't know me as Rook. They know me as Broadwin.
Oh, sorry. Broadwin is here. And he closes the door on you, and you hear him kind of walk away as the feet echo in the large hall far beyond.
Very rude people here. Not even invited inside? What
are you doing, Rook?
I'm getting dressed for the day by my servants. So for the first time, Rook is completely clean shaven, hair done, no hat, just straight up nobleman's attire in the latest style that we have at the manor that fits me.
Okay. You hear a gentle knock on the door.
Enter.
Excuse me, sir. I'm so sorry to bother you while you're getting dressed, but a very inappropriately rude man with a lot of hair is at the front desk to see you.
You mean, is he like a lion or?
No.
Oh, who the hell could that be? Put them in the seating parlor. Treat them like an honored guest.
Okay. Yes, sir. Right away. And he kind of walks out.
Next time, less hesitation, buddy.
Working on it. You hear him go down. He opens the door slowly. Please follow me. And your name was
Theo.
Good to be met. As he walks you in past this very long hall, you can see on either side, second floor staircase, all kind of etched wood, going down to the actual pillars of the house, going straight down to this giant hallway. Hardwood floor as you're walking through it, echoing like mad, since there's nothing actually in this room. It takes you about 60 feet into a room at the other side. Smaller room, nicely furnished, nice leather chairs, small desk in the kind of side of the room itself. Two chairs flanking one another along one table for kind of entertaining guests. The master of the house will be in once he is finished dressing and has taken his lunch.
Lunch, no lunch. I need to see him now.
You will see him when he wishes you to see him.
His daughter, maybe? I don't know. Someone in trouble that is close to him.
Right. I wish you would have brought this up before. Please wait here. As he closes the door on you.
Why close the door?
Walks up the
follow
stairs.
him and open the door and just follow him.
He kind of looks at you, knowing that he can't really do anything to stop you. He's just going to continue on, going up the stairs, lightly knocking again. Master Rook, Master Bishop, Master Broadwin. There's more information that's come to light.
Dream is in trouble.
You're on mute.
Theo?
Yes.
What the hell are you doing here?
Dream is in trouble.
How is Dream in trouble? She's supposed to be in a shar.
We have we have not left yet.
Okay, how is she in trouble? And why are you not there helping her?
Someone named Jarek is involved, and
Jarek Ashbridge? Jarek Ashbridge kidnapped my daughter?
Well, she went to him.
He stops listening to you completely and like rips open a trunk and just shoves his hands into his gauntlets, and in his complete finery, like rips a door off the hinges as he starts leaving the building. Hurry up, Theo!
It was nice to meet all of you. Have a good day.
As the butler is kind of sitting back on his ass after like seeing this violence happen, as you storm down the stairs out the door towards the Parliament building.
And I probably would drop the guys at that point, so I'd be back to 8 feet tall.
Okay. Dream.
Okay. I would like to covertly cast command on the guards on this floor.
Okay.
They have to make a wisdom. Oh, go ahead.
You do it on one, because I think you can only target one person, right?
Well, when I do it up to higher levels, I can do additional people.
Okay. What level are you casting it?
Within 30 feet of each other. So there's 4 guards up here, right?
So there's 4 guards flanking the staircase coming up, and then 2 guards per doorway. And you can see, from what you can see, 6 doorways that look like offices.
Whoa. Okay. I will cast it on the 4 that are at the stairs.
Okay. And as you cast that, do you break your invisibility?
Is there anywhere I can cast from that's got a little cover?
Yeah, I mean, you could find a place relatively out of the way of a few of the guards. once you cast that ability and your invisibility is kind of taken away, I'd have you roll another stealth without advantage just to see if anyone sees you. But it's something that's doable.
Okay, so standing in a spot where I have a little bit of cover, I'll cast the spell, breaking the invisibility, and then do the stealth again. Okay, that's a 16 plus 18.
18? Okay. And what are you commanding these 4 guards to do?
Leave.
All right. What kind of save is it?
A wisdom. Is he dumb?
Okay. You see 3 of the guards kind of, as they're just standing stoically, you see them kind of relax their shoulders, look around, and the first 2 guards and then the last one start walking down the stairs. And the 4th one, confused, he kind of like goes out of his stupor, and you can kind of hear him shouting at the other ones as he's running down towards them as well. And then right in front of the stairs, you see the other 2 guards kind of notice this and look at each other and kind of unsure of what to do. One of them also goes down and tries to talk to the 3 that are walking away.
Okay. I come up the stairs.
So now are you invisible still? Are you able to cast that? Okay, so not invisible anymore, just stealthing with an 18.
Yeah.
Got it.
I think I will just come out into the open.
Okay.
And be as intimidating as possible and being like, bring me Jarek Ashbury.
Okay. As you walk, confidence all hell on the very top of the stairs, you're looking the one straight ahead. You're looking the one guard directly in the eyes and saying, take me to Jarek Ashbridge. Roll intimidation for me.
Remember, you have inspiration.
Okay. That's advantage, right? Yeah, well, let's go and use it. Okay. 14 plus 9, 23.
23. That's with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. He looks back at you and you can see that he's a bit shaken. And he kind of stands a little taller and says, yes, ma'am, right this way. As he leads you towards one of the offices on the eastern wing of the 4th floor. And being flanked by a guard, none of the other guards seem to pay you much mind. As he brings you up, he stands in front of the door and says, this is his office. He's not currently in. Is there anything else I can get you, ma'am?
No, thank you.
Okay. You're free to wait inside, and I'll let him know as soon as he comes up that you're in. May I ask who is calling?
Tell him a Greaves has come to visit.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
As he speaks to the other 2 guards, and they kind of nod in agreement, you get the feeling that it's not, one, it's not too uncommon for the chancellors to take meetings in their office, and 2, the guard was so scared that you were from an affluent family that he would either get written out or something bad would happen to him. So he did really well on your intimidation.
Yes. Okay.
As you enter the office, you see walking into it, bookshelves flanking you on either side, solid wood, ebony bookshelves raising towards the ceiling about 15 feet high. At the very end, you see a wall of just windows of kind of French windows spreading the entire back of this office on a little closed. But they could open, yeah. On this little on this wall and outcropping into the actual windows themselves, you see a desk, very large, taking up maybe half of the wall itself in the center, and you see kind of very neat. No paper out of place, no pen out of place, but you can tell that this is a space that's been worked at. And as you look around, you also see there's no dust. There's nothing out of place. You can tell that it's lived in, but whoever uses this office is very methodical. He doesn't like mess. He doesn't like anything out of place. There is no other place to sit other than the seat at the desk.
Okay, so I open the windows.
Okay.
I'm going to check in with Sunflower. Where's she at?
Sunflower is, I would say, probably still with Kime. So Sunflower is making her way with Kime, it looks like, coming back to Parliament.
Okay, so
you don't see Gimbal anywhere. Okay.
So I give her kind of a mental image of where we're at, where I'm at. There's not much more I can do with that. So, okay. All right, I will wait.
As you wait there, Gimbal, you get to the street outcropping where you know Kime is coming from. Maybe 2 minutes before he gets there, you stop right in front of the street as you see Kime still in a dead sprint coming out and seeing you.
Who are you? Are you a part of the non-magical conspiracy? Are you here to assassinate the chancellors? Did you just pick that name out of a hat? What are you? What are you here for? Tell me now, or I will give you to the authorities.
Gimbal? I originally thought not telling you was the best idea, and now I have no idea what the best idea is. Dream's
sitting
in
there,
danger.
like, swirling around, the beginnings of a fireball at his hand.
Doesn't even notice.
Drops out immediately. What is he doing with her? Did he take her? Did he take, and just grabbing him, like, did he take her?
It would be like...
Yeah, he's doing it.
I don't know. I got a note from Sunflower that said, had his name on it, and Theo might be here somewhere.
I'm just
but
gonna
from what you said, she's
the
in danger.
face. You need to tell me things sooner. Where's Sunflower?
Wild shape into a hawk and start circling the building, trying to find the mental image.
So where's Philip?
Philip was right on his shoulder, and as he turned into a hawk, he kind of puffed off and is flying right in front of you.
I'll snap for him to me. Is Sunflower still with him?
Mm-hmm. Sunflower's with you guys now. Yeah.
I'm just going to look up at Sunflower. Lead.
Okay. Are you wanting... Okay, yeah. So she leads you towards the entrance to Parliament.
Okay, I am going to let her go 20 feet ahead of me and just try and walk as casually as possible into the building.
Okay. As Sunflower flies in, you see a few of the guards notice and start chasing towards her to try and get her out of the building. As you walk in super casually, I need you to make a performance check, please.
Oh, okay. E. Okay, that's cocked. Both of those numbers would have been fine, but it's on the edge. That's way worse. Okay. That is a 4. I had cocked on a 10 to a 12, and then I was like, no, I'll roll again.
Walking in a bit jittery, you see the same image before you. You see a long desk in the center, kind of hustle and bustle around the desk itself, for people at the desk, kind of doing their work, checking people in, calling people's names out, doing regular clerical work.
Right. And you said that the building itself is open, right? So you can walk past that?
Yeah.
Just gonna keep walking.
Okay. Using that mental picture, you're able to determine that Dream is somewhere on the 4th floor. Seeing that like telepathic communication for a sunflower got kind of shoot out of the building. Somewhere on the 4th floor.
Stairs. Straight to the stairs. I'm going to send Philip up the staircase ahead of me, and then just go. Okay.
As you're sending Philip up, you see 2 more guards, seeing this owl in the building, start going towards the owl and try to get it out of the actual building of business itself. You distract those 2 guards, you're able to run up to the 2nd floor, 3rd floor. As you are going to the stairs to the 4th floor, you see 5 guards, 3 of which kind of like shaking their heads, and kind of like whispering to one another as they walk up the stairs, 4 of them taking position in front of the staircase, and then 2, one of them going further beyond.
Okay. As I reach the top of the staircase, I am going to approach confidently and say, excuse me, I have a 3 o'clock with Chancellor Gallard about the Ralnor case with the entire building disaster.
Go and make a persuasion check.
5.
They each kind of staring at you, one of the guards in the front stepping forward. I'm so sorry to bother you with this, my lord, but without a rite of passage, there's no way for us to let you up the stairs.
Of course, that is entirely understandable.
As you're having this conversation, you see kind of behind you a group of people coming towards the stairs themselves. You see kind of one man in the middle being flanked by 3 others. Broad-chested, kind of tall, walking with a kind of haughty sense of confidence, short hair, a nice trimmed goatee, thin frame. You see kind of a large ornamental sword at his side. As he walks through, he's kind of approving different scripts. He's talking and chatting with people next to him. As he goes up, he nods to the guards and they say, Chancellor, as he walks through, as he's walking up the stairs towards his office.
And would I know who that is given growing up here and like...
Yes, you know that is
Ashbridge.
Jarek Ashbridge, Chancellor Ashbridge.
Well, if Gallard is unavailable, I'm sure Ashbridge can handle it. I mean, no offense to the man.
Again, without a rite of passage or a scheduled time to meet, there's no way for me to let you through.
All right. Well, then I suppose the suit continues and the city loses more money. Then I'll go ahead and turn back and walk down the stairs.
Okay. As you're walking down the stairs, you kind of peer back, and as Chancellor Ashford's comes up to the top of the stairs, you see one of the guards visibly shaking, stopping him in his path. Annoyed, Jarek kind of looks towards him with kind of death eyes. You see the guard kind of hurry something out and tell him something, and his expression changes from like just anger to a wry smile as he excuses those around him. One person staying, flanking closely to his right. As you look closer, clad in armor, a bit shorter than Jarek themselves, but this is the only real like guard or person that you've seen that is actually armored. You see, actually make a perception check.
Okay. I have tried 4 different dice at this point. Nat 1 for a perception of 2. I don't even know what's going on. This is freaking insane.
Yeah, that's weird that this one guard is in armor. I guess there's another way you got to try and come in. As this happens, and as you leave the kind of
see what door he goes into?
You see that he goes towards the east wing. So he takes a left and goes out of sight down that way. At this point, hurrying to Parliament, or where you know Parliament to be, we have Rook flanked by Theo.
So I'm not necessarily heading to Parliament, but I do take out the sending orb, which I never gave to anybody else, and I'm going to send to Jarek Ashbridge. All right, I'm done. I'm ready to meet your demands. Where can I meet you?
Okay. As it's strange, as he is told this information from the guard, he has this wry smile. He starts walking, suddenly stops before he's out of your vision. And you can see kind of look of contemplation, and you see a huge smile come on his face, and he continues to walk down the hallway.
Does he not respond to my message?
He doesn't.
Bastard. So I'm just standing in the middle of the road holding this orb going like, come on, come on.
Are you okay? What are you? You seem very intent on this rock. What?
I'm trying to find out if we can meet Ashbridge to get Dream back.
Why not just go see him?
I don't know where he is. Just going to Parliament doesn't mean he's there. He could be at home today. He could be at a lunch meeting somewhere. He could be out of the country for all I know.
Have you asked Dream where she is?
She's going to be held in like a magic-proof box or something. He's not going to just leave her to be able to receive messages. Ashbridge isn't stupid.
Have you tried?
What?
Just try it, Rook.
All right. So I take the sending stone. Dream, where is he holding you? Give me the location.
Dream, you've been in the office for about 5 minutes now, sitting, I'm assuming sitting on the office chair. You're getting a little curious. You go to like reach a finger to open one of the drawers in the desk, and you hear Rook's message, and it startles you.
I am in his office. I'm waiting for him.
He has you held captive in his office? At home or at the Parliament building?
I'm at the Parliament building. He doesn't have me captive. I feel like he must have done something to drive a wedge between you and Gimbal. And I can't let him mess with you any longer.
Wait, Ashbridge isn't holding you hostage?
No.
Dream, if you have any love for me at all, you will leave that office this very instant. Do you understand me? I know what you're trying to do, and I will meet you wherever you want, but get out of that office. You have no idea what you're getting into. He will not bat an eyelash to murder you in front of me. Get out of there. I'll send multiple messages if I have to.
Where are you?
Uptown. I'm on my way, but I would much rather not go to his seat of power. Do you understand me?
Will you talk to Gimbal?
I will do whatever you ask if you just get out of that office before he sees you.
Okay, I cast Dimension Door and I transport myself down to the ground, I guess, outside the building.
Yeah, as you go to cast a spell, you feel the magic pool around you. And before it gets to its climax and actually is activated, it fizzles away.
Of course.
As you look up towards the ceiling in the bookshelves, you see slight runes inscribed all around the room flicker for a second and go out.
Okay, so I will try to go.
At that, Gimbal, what are you doing?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go back down the stairs until I am out of sight of the guards.
Yep.
When I round the bend in the stairs, is there anybody on the other side of that?
Not that you can see.
I cast Greater Invisibility.
All right.
Does it happen?
Yeah, you're able to cast that on yourself. This area is still public, so no anti-magic runes of any kind.
Okay, I am going to go up the... you said there's 2 staircases, right?
1 staircase.
Oh, there's only 1. Okay. Then I am going to go back up the staircase and try to get between them.
Roll stealth with advantage.
Dear God, please come on, dice. Give me a break. Okay. 21.
Okay. All right. You're able to ascend the stairs. You look down the hallway that Jarek had went down. You see him open the door to his office and Dream. As you're going towards the window, you see this form open the door. And he says, "Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting you."
Who were you expecting?
Well, maybe Broadwin himself, but please take a seat. And he kind of gestures towards the seat next to his desk.
I sit.
Okay. As he walks in, closing the door, flanked by his bodyguard, make a perception check.
17.
17. You see Jarek himself, the same kind of haughty presence that Gimbal saw, kind of a large, kind of maroon cape draped over his left shoulder. No real weapons other than kind of the ornamental sword on his side. Looking at the figure to his right, you see kind of clad in full plate armor. Looking closer, you see different colorations, different folds of metal in this kind of Damascus pattern that's almost hypnotic. If you stare at it too long, you can kind of get lost in it. And at its left side, you see a long cylindrical bar of metal just kind of vertically sitting on its side. He walks to one of the bookshelves and from seemingly out of nowhere, he takes out a chair and brings it closer to you until he's almost knee and knee with you and sits down. So it took you, I imagine, a lot of effort to make this meeting happen. Please indulge me. What do you need?
I want you to leave Broadwin alone.
That's an interesting offer, my dear. Me and Broadwin have much history. I don't know if you've told you about it, but there would have to be an offer quite large to make me stop, as you put it, bothering Broadwin.
I accuse you, sir, of interfering in his life. I don't know your history, but I know that you have done terrible things to him.
Well, my dear, some would consider that treason, saying that I am the Chancellor of Ozryn. Since it's just me and you here, no one else has to know. And, well, terrible things sometimes happen. And who's to say which one did it? On one side, you have a person who is trying to kill an officer of the law, one of the highest seat of power in Ozryn. And on the other is me, just trying to protect this great country of ours. So, well, there you have it. You saying that I have affected Broadwin at all is merely a game of numbers.
Why will you not leave him alone? Why will you not let him be happy?
Oh, he can be as happy as he wants. Just, I have known from a young age things that are mine, young dream. And Rook is one of them.
What is it that you want?
Nothing that I want so much as need.
What do you need?
Well, just the idea that he's out there and he is mine, that I can do with what I want.
I don't think that's something that can be given. That's enslavement.
We'll call it what it will. It's the situation we find ourselves in.
Will you duel me to free him?
Oh, child, God, no. But you are free to duel this one. And he points to the armor-clad figure next to him. Though it will not go well for you. And while I don't care if you throw your life away, I know that you could be useful to me in the future. So it's your prerogative if you wish to die. If not, then I would stay away from dueling.
Will you let me leave?
Well, it is a very serious crime breaking into a chancellor's office without an appointment. Let me think on that. As that conversation is being told, Gimbal, you are right outside of his office, completely invisible.
How much of that?
His office. Make a perception check.
Okay. Uh, 15.
15. You hear muffled sounds. Everything else, all the other noise in this building and these halls carry very far, but there seems to be something inhibiting the sound coming out of this room. You can hear kind of muffles no screaming, nothing to kind of signify that she's in danger at all. But you can't really pick out what she's saying.
I am going to drop the invisibility and reach for the handle.
All right. Yeah, you're easy enough. You drop the invisibility. You see that it sparks the attention of a few guards. Not any near you. This is kind of the last office on the east wing. But a few guards see you and look over curiously and begin to start walking towards you.
Is the door unlocked?
The door is unlocked.
I will open the door.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Do I just see the tableau of them inside?
So as you open the door, Dream, you hear the creak of the knob turn as you look over towards the armored figure, and in the split second, the armored figure has grabbed the cylinder at its side, raised it up, and you see a great long sword coming out right in front of it. As Gimbal, you see Gimbal's form walk in the door, and the armored figure is aiming the great sword right at Gimbal's face.
Oh, I am so sorry to interrupt. I meant no disrespect. Dream, I think we need to be going now.
I stand up.
Okay. He puts his arm on your shoulder and kind of sits you back down, and you see kind of a spark of annoyance in his face. No, I believe you should be staying with Dream. Please come in.
It would be my pleasure. And
he kind of
close the door and go and sit next to Dream if I'm allowed.
Yeah, as he kind of walks towards the bookshelf and kind of makes another chair appear out of thin air and pushes it towards you. As you're right next to Dream, as the armored figure pokes its head outside and talks to the guards, and the guards go away. From here, we'll say that Theo and Rook both get to Parliament, if that's where you're going.
Theo, I turn to you as we're running, and I go, Theo, we haven't known each other very long, but I get the feeling that you are of some kind of military bent.
Yeah.
All right. Now's the time to walk away from this, because depending on how things go in this parliament, I might be declaring war on all of the Sarkaran Empire. So if you want to choose a different life, now's the time. If you want to follow me into war, I would be glad to have you.
I mean, I desert my army to move here, so let's go.
Very well.
Does Kai
Sorry, go ahead.
Can you go invisible and follow me?
Sure. And I wiggle my fingers menacingly and turn invisible.
Okay. Kaim, at this point, what are you doing? You see, kind of as you're flying around, you see Rook and Theo enter in this kind of square right before Parliament. What are you trying to do in the air?
I was trying to find the office that...
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
The window's open.
Yeah, that's my idea. Let's hope the dice let it work.
Okay. I feel like I'm going to puke. I'm feeling really uncomfortable. I'm sorry I did this to us.
18.
Yeah, easy enough. You're able to fly around. There aren't many buildings, there aren't many windows open in the building. And you're able to pick out kind of the form of Dream through one.
So I have that clocked, and then I see Theo and Rook enter in. Can I just let out a screech to try to get their attention?
Yeah. So you hear this. Are you using any like thaumaturgy or anything, or is it just a regular screech?
I'm still in bird form, so I'm assuming Rook would have heard it before. And like the. Yeah.
Make a perception check, both of you.
I don't know if Rook can tell the difference between birds. Yeah, he cannot. That's a 6.
Theo,
What am I rolling with this?
just perception.
Does he get anything as somebody that's nature based? Is it artifacts?
He's a wisdom character, so perception should be okay.
Right. 19?
So, I mean, you hear it. You definitely hear this loud screech of a bird that's out of place in this kind of quiet hustle and bustle of humans. As you look up, you see, what were you turning into, Kyle?
Hawk, he said.
I believe I said hawk, yeah.
You see this hawk circling in a very strange pattern. Not really looking for prey, not really perched on anything. He's just kind of flying around, squawking.
I mean, I'm invisible right now, so like,
Yep.
we're just standing here?
For now, you're muted, Rook.
You can tell me while you're invisible. That won't break.
I was just gonna say, I talk to you and say, hey, that bird looks very strange. Yeah.
I look up at the bird and I yell, as not so loud to be ridiculous, but loud enough for the bird to hear. And I'm like, Kime, if that's you, go turn into a pigeon on the windowsill or something.
At that,
This is why we're doing combat drills for situations like this.
You see a few groups of people around you kind of like look at you confused and walk away quickly.
I have spell sickness or something.
What are you
At
doing?
that, can I just hear that and then dart into the correct window?
You darted into the window?
No,
Okay.
just on the windowsill, kind.
As you're kind of you go up a bit high and you're flying into the window itself at a gliding pace, so pretty quickly. As you breach the window itself, Dream, you see the flicker of those same runes as your form changes from a bird back into Kime. You make a acrobatics check for me.
God.
I feel the annoyance, but I want you all to know.
No, this is great.
Time is not Jake.
No, this is perfect. Like I love this, but just like, oh God.
I'm just scared.
This is why Rook wanted to run combat drills.
That was a 22.
A 22. So as you feel your form change back into your Genasi form, you're able to catch yourself on the desk and do a kind of handstand flip onto the front of the desk. As you do that, you see Gimbal, you see Dream sitting down, another kind of larger figure you don't know, you've never met before, kind of looking at you, puzzling. And as you look towards the door, you see this armored figure with a bow trained on you as you're coming in.
Gimbal just going, oh, this is just fucking perfect.
And the figure that was talking to Dream and Gimbal says, state your business or you will be killed.
Found my friends. Just wanted to make sure they were okay. I think we have a teleportation circle to report to, if my time is correct.
I don't know this one. He must be new, as he looks over towards Dream and Gimbal. And from there, Rook and Theo, what are you doing?
Hopefully Kime is set up on the windowsill being super, super stealthy so that we haven't played all of our hands by the time we get up there. And I know it looks like I'm talking to myself. Theo, could you cough a little bit so I know you're still there? Okay. And I'm just going to start walking up the stairs. I'm wearing my full Lord's attire, so I have my...
No one is bothering you at all. And everyone's actually like kind of bowing slightly to you as you pass them.
And I just go right up to his office.
Okay. As you get to the stairs up to the fourth floor, you're stopped by the floor. Pardon me, sir. What state your business, please?
My name is Brodwin Greaves. I'm here to see Jarek Ashbridge about the proposal of marriage he gave me earlier today.
Make a persuasion with advantage, please.
That's a nat 20, so 26.
Okay. Stumbling over the words, I apologize, please, as kind of he gestures towards the other three, as he stays there and the other three escort you to the front of his door.
Just for fun, I rolled with advantage and it was a nat 20 and a nat 1. So
nice.
Theo, loving us today.
Make a stealth check with advantage.
Me?
Yep.
Hey, that's a 19.
Okay. You don't bump into any of the guards as they flank Rook walking down the hallway straight up to Jarek's chambers.
Put my arms out like in a stretch to make them like widen, knowing he's behind me.
They kind of like step back.
I just walk up to the door and very politely knock because there's still guards around, right?
Yeah. Still flanked by the three guards. As you knock, the door's answered by a figure clad in armor, a little shorter than you are.
I'd like to divine sense him immediately.
Okay.
So that will tell me if he is basically anything other than human in the evil category of things.
Yep. The figure is none of those.
Okay. So he's just a normal person. Well, I mean, like he's not a fiend or a celestial or a fae or anything like that.
Nope.
Or undead.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you're greeted by this figure, and what this whole situation is kind of playing out in front of your eyes, Dream, and it's so strange that like everything is kind of going wrong. As you look over towards the knock at the door, you see the bow that was trained on Kime transforms from a bow to a small dagger. As the figure places the dagger in its offhands, facing down behind its back, and answers the door.
That I wanted.
Untalking, figure opens the door and looks straight ahead.
I walk in. I'm here to see Jarek Ashbridge. He's expecting me.
Not letting you through, kind of an imposing form in front of the door. The figure looks over towards Jarek, and Jarek, with just the biggest shitting grin on his face, looks over towards you. Yes, let him in. As he welcomes you into the room. Theo, are you coming in as well?
Yep, I am.
Okay. As you are let in, as the figure is about to close the door, Theo walks in, and the same rune is activated, and the invisibility is now gone. You are right next to the figure. Go ahead and roll a dex check for me.
He said check, not saving throw.
How big is this office, Mark?
Maybe
Bigger now.
30 by 30.
30 by 30?
Yeah.
15?
Pretty big. 15. As you walk through right past this form, and the form sees you change and not being invisible anymore, it lifts you up off the ground onto the wall, holding the dagger at your neck. And Jarek still sitting there with the same candor. You should probably explain to me who that is before I have him killed.
Oh, you wouldn't have a fellow lord's personal guard murdered in the council house, would you? Especially two lords who have as much history as we do.
I think you know just as well as I do that the Greaves family does not hold power here. And truths, though they are strong, can be twisted. So I will say again, who is that before he is killed?
His name is Theo. He's my personal guard. Am I not allowed to travel with a personal guard?
He's a
Is that
dignitary from
no
another
longer
nation.
law?
Gimbal calls out from the other side.
At this, he waves towards the figure, and Theo's let down, and the guard kind of just stays imposingly in front of Theo and the door.
Hello?
So, it appears we have a whole family reunion here, Sir Greaves. Now, what exactly is this about?
Go to start speaking, and then I'm going to rush forward, pick up Dream and Gimbal, yelling, "Window!" and jump out of the window, holding the two of them, and hoping that Kym and Theo follow suit.
All right. That's interesting. As you're going to run, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. I'm also raging.
I
got a
don't know if
bonus
you're
action.
raging. We'll say you're not raging.
It's a 19.
Okay. As you feel this weight upon your shoulders, you're able to shrug it off. And with Dream on your shoulder, Gimbal under your arm, you're able to make it to the door and jump out.
No. The window.
Or through the window and jump out.
I know we're 4 stories up, but
I cast levitate on Rook.
Okay.
And
No, Gimbal, we need to get down fast. I can take it.
But
It's fine.
we can't. I can drop us real fast.
As you get to the window, Kym, Theo, what are you doing?
Same, making a break for that window.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Both of you? Got it. I need
If I cast fly at 5th level, we can all fly.
Okay. We'll wait for that.
Okay,
Theo,
sorry.
I'd like you to make a strength saving throw. And I would like Kym to make a Constitution saving throw.
Come on, guys. You still have your inspirations left. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, I'm using inspiration on that one. 17.
16.
Okay. As Rook gets to the window, Gimbal about to cast his spell, Theo, you go to run towards the window itself, and you are stopped by the figure as they wrestle you to the ground and have a death grip on you. Kym, as you go to run towards the window, you see that Jarek is holding out a finger, and one of the rings on his finger is emitting a glow, and it's connected to a glow on a rune on the roof as well. And you are stuck. You are held.
Is there any way to dispel magic?
At this point, so we'll say this is all happening in less than a second. So as you're at the window, I'll say, what is everyone else doing? So Rook, we already have your turn. Gimbal, you can still go. Dream, you can still go.
And we are technically out of the room on Rook's turn.
You're at the windowsill now.
Oh, because I have 40 feet of movement. That's why I specifically asked.
Got it. Sure, we'll say you're out of the window.
So you can counterspell, Coulter, or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm going to counterspell then.
So you're counterspelling the actual spell that was cast?
Whatever he's trying to do from a ring.
Make a straight Arcana check.
Okay. That is a 25.
25. As you're able to cast it through the window, it piercing weirdly the actual frame of the window, almost dispelling, then making it through. counterspelling any spell that was cast on Kime. Kime, you are now free to move.
Diving out that window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say you're able to make it out the window as well with Rook and the others.
As soon as I'm out of the window, I would like to wild shape again into this time an owl. Try to blend in with the other owls.
Okay. So you are all out of the window. Theo, you are still stuck on the floor with the figure clad in armor.
Heard that.
I don't know how you're going to get out, Theo. I thought he wouldn't have time.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, at this point, are you casting fly on everybody? Gimbal?
I mean, well, do I still have the option? Because I wasn't sure if I was using counterspell instead of that.
You have the option before you hit the ground, I would say.
Okay.
But you're definitely out of reach of Theo.
And again, Coulter, if you want to save the spell slot, Rook can hold you guys and tank it.
Well, it's more so a matter of getting away fast enough, because what if we just hit the ground and they just grab us immediately?
That's true.
So, yeah, I will cast fly on myself and Rook and Dream.
So, Theo, what are you doing?
Okay, so I have the Warcaster feat, so I'm assuming that because it says I can do somatic components with that, with having weapon in both hands, that also would mean that counts towards grappling.
Yeah, that's fine. You're able to cast spells while grappled.
Okay, cool. So I am going to attempt to cast a spell on the dude that's holding me.
Okay.
Can I get a charisma saving throw?
As you go to cast the spell,
Yep.
you see the runes on top of the bookcase flare to life as the spell itself fizzles out.
Yeah.
That is your action. I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh, 17.
17. As you finish casting the spell and you are putting your weight towards this figure in armor, trying to push out of its grip, you feel your muscles go taut as you look over and pointing at you with the same ring on his finger, shining a deep blue. You see Jarek point his finger at you, and that deep blue rune corresponds to a separate rune in the top of the bookshelf as you are captured. So, everyone else, what are you guys doing?
Bonus action to rage before we hit the ground.
Well, we see you guys
hit
are
the ground.
flying right now. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I reach into where I know Gimbal keeps the devil coin, and I grip it.
I don't know if you know where Gibble keeps the devil coin.
I look him in the eyes like, give me the devil coin.
What?
Just
Why
give it
would
to
I-
me now, Gimbal.
I don't have it on me.
Oh my God. I grab Dream's hand.
Okay.
I'm like, I know you're always listening. Save Theo, and then I owe you.
Nothing happens.
God damn it. Okay,
Dream,
so
would you like to ask?
Don't you dare dream. I have one more thing left. So
This is my fault.
I understand that, but I have one more card to play, and then we'll try that. Okay.
Okay.
So I want to fly far enough away where we can't be targeted from the window.
Okay.
I can get it. I can go get it and come back. I can go get it and come back.
Okay. Well, yeah. I take out the sending stone and I send Ashbridge another message saying, release Theo or I will leave Jakar and you will never see me again.
A few minutes, and then you hear, that's very cute that you think you could run from me.
Release him and I'll stay.
I'm flying back to the bags.
Okay. To what end?
You know what end. Don't play stupid games.
Well, I suppose I do need someone on my arm when I attend functions.
I shaved my mustache. I know you always hated that.
Looks disgusting on you. What guarantees do I have that you won't leave the moment I release this thing?
I'll come back. But I will not come any closer to you until I see him gone. Of the two of us, you know which one is more trustworthy.
Interesting. Well, I believe that would be taking the chase out of this, and I don't really enjoy that. So perhaps I'll keep this thing a little longer, and you owe me a favor.
Damn it. Oh, I mean, is that where we're ending? I have no idea.
Does anyone else want to do anything? I know, Gimbal, you're going back to the coin.
For the coin.
Okay. It's going to take you a bit to get back. Dream, what are you doing?
I see Rook struggling, not really sure, and I grab my hand again and I please put Theo on the ground out of danger.
As you concentrate on your hand, your eyes roll back, and she goes limp in the air. Rook, you're able to catch her, no problem. As your consciousness is transported to a dark place, a place that you recognized before. You see a similar tall man, long arms, long legs, a bit more solid. You can't really explain it. He's more there than he was before. Oh, my lovely daughter. Now, what is it you need of me?
I've put a friend in danger. I'm hoping you can get him out of it.
My dear, I can definitely help. And he kind of like puts his large hand and brushes the hair away from your face in a loving manner.
I kind of lean into his touch.
What would you ask of me, sweet one?
He's being held captive. Can you return him to Steel Cry out of danger?
Well, that's quite an ask. But I suppose for you, my dearest, anything is possible. And he kind of slumps back, and you feel your hands burn with the same fire that you felt before. As you're coming to in your father's arms, looking down at your hands, you see veins protruding from your arm, and you see that the clock itself, the hands of the clock, where there was once two, spreads a third, and then half of a fourth coming down.
Uh-oh.
And you know that when the price is paid, something has probably happened.
You wake up? Did she wake up?
She wakes up.
I think he should be back at Steel Cry.
Sending stone. Everyone, teleportation circle, double time. Theo, if you get this, reply. You can reply to this.
Theo, still, your muscles still tight. You saw as the figure, the metal-clad figure, picked you up, kind of with both its arms. Not really. You're a pretty big person, and he picked you up pretty easily and walked you towards the door and set you outside, where 6 guards grabbed you and are dragging you down the stairs. As you're getting down the stairs towards the 2nd floor, you feel this rush, and then you open your eyes again, and you're in your room at Steel Cry, and your muscles are no longer tight. You don't know what the hell is going on.
What?
And with that, that's where we'll end tonight.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching. This was an awesome episode. I didn't know any of this was going to happen. It turned out well, I guess. We'll see for our intrepid adventurers. And we're going to do an after show after this for all our patrons. So if you want to check that out, we're going to kind of probably decompress about a whole lot on this episode. Please check us out there, and we will come up with a tagline
Eventually.
Eventually.